Hello, welcome to our day 5 on the tips on how to live a financially stress-free life. I still remain your host, Mr. Anole Fuchison, aka Mr. Investment. And today we are going to be, looking at a continuation of the hindrances to financial growth. Yesterday on the day 4, we looked at some of the hindrances to financial growth, where we looked at debt as a hindrance. We looked at greed, we looked at gambling, and what have you. So I equally encourage you, if you missed that video, you should go back to our channel and watch that very particular video, because it's going to give you a full insight of what today's teaching is going to be about. So in a way of continuing our point on the hindrances to financial growth, we are going to be looking at the number 8 hindrances to financial growth, which is mediocrity. Mediocrity is a state where someone feels he or she has arrived. You don't feel that need again to hustle further. You don't feel that need again to push further. You don't feel that need again. Like, you are comfortable with your financial status. You are comfortable with where you are in life financially. And when that happens to you, when you have that kind of mindset, when you get to that stage in life, it makes you feel no need to hustle further. It makes you feel no need to push further in life, because you feel, yes, I've been able to achieve all my dreams, all my plans, and all that. But there is this song I listened to one certain time. Not mind me, I'm not used to remembering name of artists and all that. There is this lyrics in that song that says, Dangote still the fine money. Yes, Dangote is the richest man in Africa and the richest man in Nigeria. And if Dangote should still be looking for money, man, who am I? I don't know about you watching the video. Maybe you might be richer than Dangote, but if Dangote is still looking for money, then I, Anole Fuchison, it means I am just starting. So when you feel you have hustled and you have gotten to the peak of your career or your life or your financial goal, don't just relax. It is an opportunity for you to do more. It is an opportunity for you to do greater. Then number 9 hindrance to financial growth is impatience. Impatience. This is actually similar to greed, but I decided to separate the 2 points together. Impatience, because most times we are too in a hurry to blow. We are too in a hurry to become wealthy, make more money, that most times we forget to critically analyze opportunities, investment opportunities, business opportunities before venturing into it. And by the time we fail to do all this analysis, it leads us to making costly mistakes that can drop down all our effort. You see someone who have hustled from January till end of the year, he has saved up money that he wants to use for investment and all that, and by the time he hears about one business investment, or he comes across one business investment, because of that impatience, because of that urge to make it sharp, to do it sharp, tend to put in money into that, and at the end of the day it will fail. And once it fails, it means you are starting all over. So that could actually be a hindrance to your financial growth. Then again, another hindrance to financial growth can equally be poor financial planning. Poor financial planning in general. Inability to do a proper planning of your finances. This can actually lead to not growing the way we ought to grow. Then again, we can equally look at factors like inflation. These are some of the things that can actually affect our financial growth, because when inflation happens in a country, it affects the value of our money. Whether you have money in the banks, whether you have money in stock and all that, it affects the value of your funds. So we should actually as well find a way to make plans to mitigate the effects of inflation in our businesses or as regards to our income. So at this juncture, the next question that comes to our mind is, okay, if all these are hindrances of financial freedom, how then can we how then can we grow financially amidst all these hindrances that we have listed? How then can we grow financially? I know already some of us, the wise ones, we are all wise. Some of us are already thinking, are already, giving themselves options on how we can grow financially. So let's get to how can we grow financially. Pause. Okay, how can we grow financially? We're going to be looking at 10 points or 10 key points or habits that can enable us to grow financially. Some of them are what we already know, so it's going to be like a reminder and a resounding to as many of us that are already used to it. Because most times on a daily basis, you will find out that we know these things, like we hear of them on a daily basis, we know them, we come across them, but it is the ability, the implementation, that's the execution, that is where the problem is. That is where the problem is. So number one that we're going to be looking at ways on how we can grow financially is, number one, getting the right education. Getting the right financial education, which part of this, for you to be here or for you to be watching this video right now, it means that you're already taking or you're already in the habit of getting the good financial education. Getting proper education on how to manage your finances, how to increase your earnings, how to invest wisely and all that. Because education is key, whether formal or informal. We have to equip ourselves with the right information, with the right tools as regards our finances. So number two habits that can enable us to grow financially is by setting specific goals, smart goals for ourselves. We should be able to set smart goals for ourselves. And when I mean smart, we are going to be looking at the acronym SMART. S there stands for specific. The goals we are setting for ourselves should be specific. We should be specific in setting our financial goal. Like for example, as the year is just beginning, you could have a goal of, this year I want to increase my income from a certain amount. Be specific from a certain amount to a certain amount. Be specific. I want to have an additional source of income this year. I want to grow my income by the end of the year. I want to be worth 20 million. I want to be worth this. Be specific. Then again, our goals must be measurable. Our goals must be measurable. Yes, so that you can be able to know when you are actually getting close to achieving your financial goal. You can be able to measure your progress in achieving this financial goal. If your goal is not measurable, it will be difficult to track your progress. It will be difficult to track your progress. Then again, our goals must be smart. No, our goals must be achievable. It must be achievable. It must be something that is attainable. We shouldn't make there is this saying that our dreams should be big. Our dreams can be big, but our goals should be realistic. We should make goals that we know within our skills, within the current skills we have, within the current qualification knowledge we have. It is something that we can achieve for ourselves. We shouldn't make unrealistic goals, because one thing making unachievable goals does to us is that it can weaken our morale. It can weaken our morale. Then again, our goals must be relevant. Our goals must be relevant. It must be something that aligns with your vision as a person. It must be something that aligns with your personality. It must be something that is equally relevant to the current economy of wherever you find yourself in. Then again, our goals should be time bound. It should have a time lag of when you want to achieve this particular goal. It could be 1 year, it could be 6 months, it could be 5 years, it could be 7 years. Let it have a specific time lag, and it's the shorter the time lag, the better. So that is it for having a smart goal. So our goals should be smart. Then again, number 3 ways we can grow financially is to develop a savings habit or have a savings plan. I am very particular about this savings because when you don't have the habit of saving, it is very difficult for you to do investment. It is very difficult for you to start businesses, or it is very difficult for you to manage money. It is very, very difficult for you to manage money. So you have to cultivate the habit of savings. We have to cultivate the habit of saving. Have a savings plan. Having a savings plan for ourselves. It is not just saving, widely or saving broadly. We should have a savings plan. Okay, I earn 200,000 naira in a month from my salary or from income or from the income from my business. Okay, my savings plan now could be having a particular percentage I apportion to every aspect of my life. Your housing needs, you have a savings for your housing need, you have a savings for your clothing needs, you have a savings for your feeding, you have a savings for your emergency, you have a savings for your business and investment. You have a savings plan. Sorry, please. You have a savings plan for yourself. This can help us achieve financial growth, because most times you could have a business project or an investment you want to go into, and by the time you keep waiting for when the money will come in bulk and you start the business, you find out that it may never come in bulk that way. But when we are saving it small, it helps us to easily execute that very particular project, and equally helps us to live a financially stress-free life, because it means that for everything about you, for every challenges you could face, for every emergencies you could have, you already have a savings plan for it. So number 3 is having a savings plan for ourselves. Then number 4, we can actually look at, again, another habit we can actually develop is the habit of keeping record of our expenses, keeping record of our finances. That is, keeping track of our finances. The way I am now, I can actually give account for every 1 naira that comes into my hand. And that is the kind of habits we should develop. Develop an habit, not just keeping it in your head. Technology and digital technology as digital how do I put it? Technology has made it easy for us that these days there are so many apps. There are so many accounting apps. Even when you are not an accountant, there are so many accounting apps you can use to track your finances. You can use to keep track of your cash inflows and your cash outflows. So if we want to grow financially, it means we have to be able to account for every 1 naira that comes into our hand and goes out of our account. That is the way we can grow financially. That is the way we can break through to financial freedom. That is the way we can avoid financial stress, because that way, at the end of the year, at the end of the month, you could be able to appraise yourself and know the areas you are spending more than you should be spending. It will help you to find out the areas you need to adjust. It will help you to easily track where your money comes from and where your money goes to. So having keeping track of our finances is as important as making money itself. It is as important as making money itself. Then again, another way we can actually grow finances or grow financially is by avoid too many involvement, too many social engagements. Avoid too many social engagements. You have to look at yourself, weigh yourself in order to strike a balance with your business life and your social life. Because so many of us, we belong to too many associations. We belong to too many gatherings. We belong to too many, we like everywhere, we are everywhere. In every club, in every association, we want to belong. Even when the vision of the association does not align with your own personal vision, you want to belong. So long as it's an association, it's a gathering. This too many social engagement has a negative effect on our financial growth. Because number one, it increases our expenses, because you are always going for meeting, you are always both contributions and all that here and there, too many contributions, too many financial engagement as a result of this social communities that we belong to. Number two, most times you discover that this social gatherings puts you under pressure to live like a certain belong to a certain social class, because you discover that most of these social gatherings, what they do there is show off. I'm not saying that I don't belong to associations. Of course I belong to different associations, ranging from my town union association, my alumni, my business my business teams, my business clubs and all that. You get, but we should be able to limit the number of social gatherings we belong to, especially when what is going on there does not align with our personal vision or our personal personality. This way we can be able to grow financially. This way we can be able to actualize our financial goals. So having looked at this number 1 to number 5, I would love us to draw the curtain here for today and continue again tomorrow with the remaining part of the ways we can grow financially, which is number 6 to number 10. But before we go, I want to also draw our attention to the comment box, the comment section. You can actually drop our questions there, our contributions, our own experience. We can equally share our own experience via the comment box. See you tomorrow as we continue on the discussion on how we can grow financially. Thank you, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and equally share this video to people connected to you. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow.